Hi guys, welcome back to Delusional Diaries Podcast. I'm Hallie.
And I'm Jazz.
And we also have another Hallie Batchelder. I'm so excited for you to be here.
Guys, I'm so excited to be here. This is gonna be so fun.
How many podcasts have you done? You did Carly's.
I did Carly's and I did my friend Monica's I've done, but only 2.
I'm so surprised you haven't done more because you give the utmost podcast vibes.
No, I love doing them. I just haven't had many opportunities to, but
which is shocking. I feel like people will probably assume that you have so many that they don't want to ask you.
I'm happy you guys asked. So
it's what's funny. We talked about like asking you like forever ago, then we just like didn't because like we were out of town, and then I was like, we need to actually do this.
Yeah, because I feel like every TikTok I watch of yours, I'm like, I need more. Like you have like all these crazy stories, and TikTok's just not a long enough platform to get into all of it.
No, yeah, everyone's always saying like I should get a podcast or like even get into YouTube because I feel like I just have so many stories and I like can keep yapping for days.
You can, like, I feel like you could talk to a wall. You do it so well where your videos don't have a lot of cuts either, which is what I really like because I feel like in order to be funny, I have to cut it every 2 seconds because I like fuck up my words. You will talk for a 60-second video and everything's funny and it flows so well.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like that's just me not knowing how to edit my videos. I wouldn't even know how to cut.
That's a good skill though, like to be like that talented.
It's giving like Trisha Paytas where she would like sit down and film like an hour-long video and it just all was iconic and like there was 0 cuts.
I feel like I don't even try to be funny half the time. I just kind of like spit whatever is in my mind.
Because you're naturally funny,
and
which
it just
is
flows.
It's rare.
Yeah.
Like you don't find people like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you guys. I guess me up.
I'm like, people are like mad at us for having a podcast and microphones, and people are like asking you to have a microphone and a podcast.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
true.
You're like not the norm.
For sure. How's Stagecoach?
It was good. I've been to Coachella before. Hadn't been to Stagecoach. Was there for a bachelorette. It was a lot of fun, less chaotic than Coachella. I feel like a lot more manageable. Still like a lot of walking. But I'm not like a huge country music fan, but I thought it was a lot, like the vibes were up and there was like a lot of hot guys walking around, good people watching. I feel like my whole For You page was literally walking around in the same areas.
Oh my God.
It's very interesting to see.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Stagecoach content or wedding / bachelor, whatever, bachelorette content this weekend. I swear that was my whole For You page / Instagram feed.
Yeah.
Was there like parties at Stagecoach and stuff after? Does that work?
Yeah, there was like that Revolve. Did you see that like Revolve party that was all
like
over?
1 million over here, like less than 1 million on that side.
Yeah,
that
the
one?
Pizza Slime one. But those signs led to the same place. But honestly, like I'm such a bad day drinker. So we'd start like at 3, 4, 5 o'clock. And then the after parties would be at like 12 or 1 a.m. And so I didn't even realize those signs when I got there. But I was at that party and I feel like it was very sceney, but it was just too much of a late night for me, so I didn't really indulge in the after parties as much as I wanted to.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like, speaking of like sceney, I feel like you know everyone.
I try to.
Like you really do. You have so much overlap, I feel like.
You really do, I swear. Like, you're just always everywhere. I'm like, oh, she knows them. Like, I don't know, it's funny. Like, how did you meet, like, everyone you went to the Bachelorette with?
So like it was Emma McDonald's Bachelorette. I know her from Boston, so I'm from Boston. I've known her for years. She's a Cape girly. I'm a Nantucket girly, and I feel like I met them on the Cape about 5 years ago, and we became really close in the past 2 years. Paige Lorenz, also who was in the Bachelorette, I've known her for probably 10 plus years. She used to have a house on Nantucket, and we used to work at the same like little boutique. So I've known her for so long, and we've kept in touch over the years and also become really close friends in the past few years. And then Graydon and Maggie obviously are Emma's circle. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's okay. So you've known Paige since before influencing anything, or like, damn.
I think before she was even influencing, I don't really know. It was like back when we were like 14, 15 years old. I feel like I've known
like OGs.
her. Yeah, OG. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, that's so funny.
Yeah.
And then how'd you start posting on TikTok? Did you just like, when was it?
So like I started posting on TikTok probably like when everyone else did, like around COVID, but like not taking it seriously at all. I had no idea what I wanted to do for work. I even got my real estate license. I was a very lost person. My major in college was classics and art history. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Are you dead ass?
No, I'm dead ass.
Are you like into that
And
shit?
I was good at it. I like was really good at Latin, like really random shit. I was like an honors Latin, almost graduated with distinction because I was like translating all these ancient Latin history books. Guys, I don't know. Like I could probably learn a new language if I tried, but like not me learning the dead language. So I just had no idea what I wanted to do. I wasn't a super driven person. I just kind of was just like lost in the sauce. I used COVID as kind of like a yes, like I don't actually have to continue have to do shit. I have a couple more years to figure it out and then whatever. And then about a year and a half ago, I started to like be like, maybe I could do social media. And I don't really give a fuck about like online hate or whatever. So I was like, why don't I just start posting on TikTok? Like it's my like private story on Snapchat, which is like what I was doing like just for funsies anyways. So I just started doing that, and it kind of just turned into like a whole like, you know, my whole format of what I post online is very FaceTimey, and I like to like do debriefs and like tell people about like my nights and about my dating life or my non-existent dating life, just anything. And I'm very unfiltered, and so yeah, that's kind of how it took off, and I think it's fun to do, and yeah.
No, I love that style of content. Obviously, that's what I like gear more towards, is like the very unfiltered, just like people literally feel like you're their friend.
Yeah. It's very like the parasocial relationships. I love that.
Well, I feel like almost even within influencer to influencer, we have parasocial relationships, because I'm like, oh, I know so much about your life, but like we haven't even hung out that many times. But it's just I watch your videos, so I'm like, oh, I already know.
Yeah, it's crazy to see how many people like will come up and just like already know like the ins and outs of like my whole life, but I kind of love it though. It's kind of
I think it's
why I love doing it.
When like you forget what you said and someone like will bring up a story to you and you're like, I put that on the internet and remember saying that shit. Like, how do you fucking know that?
I say way too much. Like today, like I was talking about a literal fucking colonic. Like,
what is that?
Yeah,
you texted us that and I don't even know what that is.
So a colonic is where they like basically flush out your whole colon. So like they shove
like an enema?
It's like an enema, but like a more powerful one.
So they put a tube up your ass and then like what? Shoot water?
Do they numb you?
Yeah, they shoot. No, they don't numb you. They put lube on the little.
How big is the tube?
It's not big enough. I don't even. No, they shove a tube up there and then they like shoot water and then like suck it out and then shoot water and suck it out. But you can infuse. It feels weird. Like you can feel like the cold water like going into your whole digestive system.
You know, like when you're hungover and you take a drink of water and you like feel it like
you
like
can
that
feel it go
concept.
Down. Yeah, but it's like from the other end.
Oh my god.
But I felt so good after. I was so like constipated from traveling.
Yeah.
I had been like 7 days. I felt like I was dying. I was like, Mom, I might need to go to the hospital.
Okay.
That's a long time.
Where did you get this done?
It was like colonic NYC. It was like somewhere.
So New York?
Colonic near me. And I went to like the first one.
So you made like a same day appointment type thing, or
No,
like
yeah,
okay.
it was like 2:00 and I like 5:30 window. I am
You're like reading
on my
reviews?
way. No, I didn't read a single. I was in so much pain. I was like, I don't even give a fuck if they shove candy up my ass. I need to fix this issue before I travel again. But it was all for the best.
I'm like kind of intrigued where I want to do it.
No, you should do it. That's the kind of influencing I do.
Is it giving like, did you feel like morning skinny after type of vibe, or how like?
No, I like felt like a feather. Like
Okay.
it was like I felt like so snatched. Like I wanted to like put a bikini on and take pictures, kind of snatched.
Okay.
In my apartment.
Did you feel like clean though and like refreshed?
No, yeah. I had a fever legitimately from all the toxins just building up in my body. And I think I'd just been drinking a little too much at Stagecoach.
Yeah.
And walking so much. I was so dehydrated. I hate the taste of water. I don't drink it.
Me neither.
Which is like a big issue for like my system, I guess. She was explaining to me that I need water.
Probably.
People always say that for like what fucking reason?
Yeah. So, but it was a good experience. I highly recommend.
Damn, I kind of want to try, but I'm also
Like, do you
so
have a
scared.
promo code?
No, literally, I should have asked her for one.
should have asked her for
Give me a discount or something. And she also infused it with caffeine and chlorophyll, which is like really good for eliminating like extra toxins just in your body in general, which helps with like acne, like your skin, and fatigue, like all the symptoms I was feeling essentially.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
You're like a brand new woman.
no, like I feel like a brand new fucking woman. Yeah, exactly. I feel amazing.
Suddenly I want this.
I feel like it's right up your alley.
It
No pun
is.
intended. But
No, it literally is. I feel like I've been seeing all this stuff, like this Netflix documentary that just came out or whatever. It's like Hack Your Gut or whatever, and like so much of your health is from your gut, and so you have to like have a clean gut.
Well,
So-
I've been drinking a lot of probiotic stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't that like gut health?
yeah.
So I'm like,
Definitely.
I'm basically there.
Okay.
it's definitely got health.
Yeah.
Probiotics, prebiotics.
I just take what's sent to me.
Yeah. But I'm interested.
No question.
A whole concoction of different vitamins. and
That's
stuff.
my nightstand has become that actually recently.
I try, but like I really think it's just water. Apparently magnesium, she was telling me to get magnesium supplements because apparently that helps.
Yeah.
I'll try. I was ready to try anything though, but yeah, I just need to be better about fiber, I think.
Yeah.
My diet's kind of fucked.
What speaking of that, what's like a typical day in your life? People were asking that, and I kind of am curious too. Like, what do you do?
Like just day to day,
Yeah.
like normal day. It's
Like
really
give us like a Monday through Wednesday, then like a Thursday through Saturday.
it's really anticlimactic in the beginning of the week. I try to like be really chill on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and like be super fit, wholesome, girly. I'm like super into Pilates right now, and I try to go 5 days a week. So I usually start my morning with that. If I like don't get it in, it really sets the tone for the rest of my day. Like I had too much shit to do today, so it just like put me in a mood for the rest of my day.
You do solid core, right?
Solid core.
Okay. I need to try.
You
still.
texted
You
that?
would love solid core.
I know.
No, because I did solid core like probably like 5 times, like before I knew you.
So hard.
Like
It's amazing.
and I was like, this is not for me, like in the slightest. I do enjoy New York Pilates stuff, but solid core is like too much.
It's hard.
Like yeah,
Is it a lot of abs or is it like a mix? Like, what is it?
It's have you done SLT?
I haven't.
Okay, so it's similar to that. It's just hard. There's no breaks, and the point of it is to get to like second level muscle fatigue. So you want to like build the shakes, like you want to be like quivering literally until like you have to take a break. But that's what builds muscle, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. They have a whole like science behind it. But they have different muscle groups for each day, which is why I like to go every day, because you'll have like back and arms for one day, but, like always we'll have a core and oblique segment, or there'll be like legs and like shoulders. Like they'll just mix it up each day of the week, which is why I like to go, because I feel like I hit every muscle group.
how long have you been going?
Like over a year and a half. I've probably done like 150 classes.
Damn.
Good for you.
I know.
I love it.
It's inspiring. It almost makes me want to work out.
Really? Not me.
Not really,
influencing.
but like almost like I'm right there on the edge.
I also like high intensity working out. I used to do CrossFit a lot, which is kind of insane. Like, and people look at me and I'm like, don't look like a typical CrossFit girly, but
Yeah.
like
You don't.
I can get those fucking overhead. I'm like good at it.
Are you good at arm wrestling? I feel like you would be.
I'm like low-key very strong.
Okay.
Like
I
have
believe it
secret
if you go to
strength.
solid core all the time.
I have secret strength, but
Okay.
I can't see you doing CrossFit. Like, you give me like a, I don't want to fucking sweat energy, but
I can do like, I mean, I don't love to sweat because of my hair extensions, but like, which is why I like solid core, is because it's very low impact.
Yeah.
Even though you'll break like a little bit of a sweat, but solid core, like I can do like the kipping pull-ups, like I'm intense.
where you like go
Yeah.
like that on the bar.
Yeah, I'll show you guys a video.
No, I'm gonna need to see this. You know what? I might come with you one day.
No, we have to.
Oh my god, that's
Like
so
just
funny.
to witness.
Yeah.
So I do Pilates, and then I'll Uber over to Equinox, and I'll run for like 3 miles, and then I'll sit in the sauna
Okay.
for like an hour.
How far is solid core and Equinox?
I go to the one in Hudson Yards
Oh, only?
only. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because I like those aspects of like that gym. 'Cause
Okay.
It has everything, and it's like a cold plunge, there's a pool. Not that I'm like fucking hitting laps or whatever, but I just like the amenities there better.
Okay.
They have like a little cafe.
Was this your first bachelorette? Have you been on other ones?
No, this is the first bachelorette I've ever been on. But I'm still like pretty young. I feel like people are just starting to like really get serious in relationships. I'm going to be like a late bloomer when it comes to that. And I'm happy with that, I guess. I'm gonna tell myself that anyway. But yeah, I feel like people are starting to like move in with their boyfriends and like get engaged, and I'm like super happy for them. But It's just weird that that's happening now.
Yeah.
We're at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel with her being engaged. Like,
Yeah.
it feels so
I'm
weird.
so much older than you, though.
No,
Yeah, we're like the same age.
You're at an appropriate
No,
age.
we're not.
But that's why it feels weird to me. Like, in my head, you're my age one. And
Yeah.
already for me, even if you were my age, I'm like, you're a child bride. Like, I don't know. Like, that's how I view you.
Yeah.
And it's not at all. Like,
No, that's so fair. That's totally valid.
I feel like, what are you, 27?
Yeah.
I feel like that's an appropriate age.
and
like,
you'll be 28 when you're getting married.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't like to think about that.
Yeah, I'm going to be like 40. Guys.
Honestly, though, that's iconic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just like don't force it at all. I feel like I'm happy when people find their right person, but I'm not going to go out of my way to like really try and like date. I mean, I'm on the dating apps, but like I don't actively date.
Yeah.
That's how I was. Like, I've never been like, I need a boyfriend and like tried to find one or something. I feel like I would just fuck around and see what happened. And I don't know. I feel like that's a good way to be.
Yeah, I feel like I have the mentality with like where when it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And I also have so much like work I want to do like within myself before I like share that with another person, because I found in my last relationship, like in college, I was just like such a hot mess and I would just project that negative energy onto him, and it just turned out to be a very toxic relationship, and it was like I was the problem. Like I was always the problem.
I love
it was,
that you're self-aware.
It was never
That's
him.
like so mature though. Like that in itself is like work and growth.
We love a self-aware queen.
No,
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, he was like the nicest guy ever, and I literally put him through the ringer.
Oh, wow.
Day in and day out. So I was like, until I can like be like secure with myself, I'm not gonna put another person through that
Wow.
treachery. Yeah,
Good for you.
I don't know if I'm there yet.
Okay.
I also feel like you're the type of person who like can't be off the streets because you're too entertaining to everyone else like, while being on the streets.
I like love
Like it'd be
being
like a
single, yeah.
disservice, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a disservice.
Like I'm being so dead. I was like, you're the morning debriefs I watch. If I didn't have them, like who would I turn to?
Yeah.
I always worry, like, if I got into a relationship, like, how that would affect my content that I put out. I feel like I would find a way to make it entertaining, but, like, I feel like right now I just, for entertainment purposes, I feel like it's just so fun being single and having different stories to tell.
100%.
In that regard.
I feel like you also though like you are storytelling, and like it's not even about like what you're doing. Like you could like go to the bodega and like find a way to make it interesting with like how you talk about things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to tell a good story. I think, yeah, exactly.
You
I
know,
could
like-
be talking about going to the mall, and I could find a way to make it interesting.
I was going to ask you how, because you just mentioned your boyfriend or your ex-boyfriend. How many boyfriends have you had?
2 serious ones, but like one was high school and one was college. I wouldn't even call the high school one, I would call it just like a long learning experience, if anything. I mean, what do you really know when you're like 15, 16, 17 years old? That's just like a little,
Yeah.
you know, kid relationship. But
For sure.
I definitely learned a lot from that one.
How long were each of them?
A good 2.5 years probably each.
Oh, wow.
But, like, they were dragged out after.
Okay.
But I would say 2.5 years each for both of them.
Did you do the dumping or did you get broken up with?
So my first boyfriend, he just cheated on me a lot.
That's
Like-
never good.
He was kind of a very self-important person, and he like was very judgmental about everything I did. It felt like, and I feel like probably also a very insecure person. We just didn't click. We were also so young, so I don't have any bad blood against him. Like, doesn't really count.
Are you like friends with your exes?
No, my first ex-boyfriend, whenever I see him like Thanksgiving, you know, I see everyone from high school and around Thanksgiving, he acts like we like broke up the week prior. Like he's had a new girlfriend.
He's like salty as fuck.
He like will give me like evil eyes and like feel awkward to say hi. I'm like, we've both been in relationships since then. Why are you acting so weird?
Yeah.
I've lived like 7 lives since I've seen
He's
you.
feeling guilty.
Yeah, maybe. I doubt
It
it.
finally came around.
Yeah.
But I feel like he ended up doing the dumping there. And then my second relationship in college, I was kind of the evil one. I don't know. I wasn't like the most loyal towards the end, and I feel like I just like
The way that's worded is so funny.
no, I wasn't, and I felt bad about it, but I was a super insecure person, and he wasn't giving me enough attention not to put it on him. Like, no, like
But like it was his fault.
no, it was like a sex issue. Like I'm a very hypersexual person, and like we would live on the same fucking campus and go like a month without having sex.
Oh.
I'm like, what do you expect from me? Like, what do you want me to do?
I'm going to fuck other people. Like,
I wouldn't fuck other people, but I would come very close to it.
okay.
You don't even have to cut that part out.
It's in the past. She's grown.
No, yeah, I've grown from it, but I think I ended up breaking up with him because I like the
He
guilt
wouldn't
was
have
building.
sex? Oh.
Yeah, and we just weren't a clique. Like we wouldn't agree on basic things like having sex is very important. Like also he was so much of like an introvert, very much in the financial like finance bro kind of guy. And this was during like my Tao groupie era where I was out every single night of the week. Like
He didn't stand a chance.
he was no match for that energy. So he has a new girlfriend too now, I think. I wish him well. I actually am on very good terms with them. We still send each other like happy birthday texts. I have nothing against him, but
Yeah.
some people just aren't right for each other. So
Yeah,
it doesn't
for
have to necessarily be like a big blow up breakup. Would be more fun that way, but for
Better
me and
story.
him, for me and him, it was pretty amicable and
Yeah.
just like faded out.
Okay, gotcha.
Do you feel like it's easier to date or harder to date like now that you have like following?
That's a good question.
Or like no difference?
I actually, it's interesting because I feel like guys that ask me on dates, I'm like, they've definitely only seen my Instagram and they definitely have not seen my TikToks, because I feel like I can be a hard sell sometimes on TikTok because I'm just so like vulgar and very open, and I feel like maybe I give off a little bit of an impression that I'm like a little bit of a hoe. Like I feel like sometimes like just based off the stories I've said, I feel like maybe I'm in my head about that, but like I feel like definitely I give off maybe that vibe.
No,
You could go one way or another
Yeah.
with an assumption.
yeah, that, and I think some guys want like a sweet, wholesome, cutesy girl, and then like obviously if they see your Instagram, they might be like, oh, she could be that way, you know what I'm saying? And then if they open your TikTok, then
I
it's
don't
like,
think your Instagram gives like sweet, wholesome.
I don't think it. Okay, I'm not saying like you're not wearing Love Shack fancy, but like I mean, I feel like you look at an Instagram and you're like, okay, you don't know the person out, and then you just know you're like vulgar, real, you know, whatever. And some guys are intimidated by that. I don't know.
Yeah, but like I wouldn't want a guy that's intimidated by me. I just
Exactly.
want a guy that's like confident enough to take on the challenge that is me, and I'm challenging sometimes. I'm like, oh, definitely a lot to work with. But no, I don't think it's any different. I feel like I either prefer a guy that's like super low key, not even on social
Like a
media,
normie?
like a normie,
Okay.
or like the other end of the spectrum.
Okay.
I feel like there's no middle ground there. There was this one guy I went on a date with like a few months ago that looked normal on Instagram, cute, but like turned out he was like a fan.
Oh.
Like he had followed me and I didn't like that. Like he knew too much about my life.
Ooh.
And then I saw his TikTok and it seemed like he was trying to be like a little male influencer himself. And that kind of gave me like the immediate ick.
That is if I saw a guy I went on a date with was trying on TikTok and he was flopping, I'm sorry. I would be not okay.
I would dry up so quickly, and I did. I was like, no.
Which I feel
blocked
bad.
him. I blocked him. I felt
yeah.
bad. I didn't know. I didn't even know how to have a conversation.
No,
like,
that's so valid in that case.
Was he doing like thirst traps, or was he trying to be like funny? Or?
no, he was like talking and like
Okay.
trying to be funny.
That's a little bit better. I don't know.
Can I cut this? Can I know who this was?
This kid, he had like 30K on TikTok. This kid thing. No way you guys would have known.
Is
him.
he live in New York?
Yeah.
What's he look like? I know who you're talking about.
No
What does
fucking
he
way.
look like?
Also, so this is another thing. There's guys out there that I feel. There's guys out there that I feel like are like influencer fuckers. Like they try to find influencers to bang. Like they
100%.
just. There's one that comes to my mind. I won't say the name. But that definitely just like their type is influencers, and I find that so weird and odd to me.
It's a thing.
Can you say the name and we'll cut it?
So many
Is this him?
influencers. Yes.
Wait, let me see.
He seems cute, but he definitely wants to be famous.
No, he does. And I just think that's such an ick to me.
It is.
Especially if it's flopping.
If
Yeah.
it's flop, that's the thing, because the second he started blowing up and was hot shit, I would be like, oh my god, like, into it. But
Like, way to grind.
yeah, I'm like, oh my god, okay, King.
Hard work pays off.
No,
Like, it's like when all the bitches in the comments want somebody, you know what I'm saying? Then you were like, oh my god, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I saw it was getting 300 views, I'd be like, oh, like, I couldn't do it. But at the same time, like, we all started that way, so I should not be
But it's
judging at all.
different from when it's guys and girls.
That's a double standard that I will die on
Yeah.
that hill.
Yeah.
It's very different for guys and girls.
Like, girls can try to be an influencer. It's like, oh, like, you're just doing what everyone else
You're
is
just being
doing.
a girl.
You're being a girl. Like, you're doing girly girl
That's
things.
the girly
Girlhood.
thing. That's for the girls.
Yeah.
Men, I'm like, you're not even a man. Like,
Like, get back to your 9 to 5.
Go cut some wood, go to war,
Go to war.
like,
be a DJ, honestly, that's better.
do
Like,
Being a
anything
DJ
else.
would be better than being an influencer.
Agree. A flopping DJ would be like pretty, like, if they're booking like really shitty gigs. But I mean, I don't know.
But everyone like loves a DJ. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like they're just working the fucking fiddles behind the machine. And girls love that. Like, I have a couple guy friends that are DJs, and like they're not like anything I would bring home to mom, but like girls, like they get like really hot girls.
Like, they pull.
They pull bitches
Yeah.
that I'm like, okay, like keep doing your little thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never had a DJ phase, so
It's not, I mean, I don't also like the club.
I don't like those kinds of.
You don't like the club?
Spaces.
Yeah, I don't.
We've had this disagreement many times.
I know you're like a club rat, and I went to the club a lot when I was underage, because that was the only place you could go here in the city, because there's no like college parties or anything, and the bars really wouldn't let you in for the most part with fake IDs, but clubs would. So I think I'm just traumatized from that, and maybe I would have a better experience now if I was going to the right places. Like, where do you like to go?
Like, first of all, I don't like to go to like clubs where I'm like packed in a mosh pit. I like to like somewhere to sit,
Okay, like a table.
like a table.
Yeah.
I like Catchy Shuby a lot. I love Little Sisters still. I'm like an OG Little Sister fan. Gospel.
I've not heard of that.
You haven't heard of gospel?
No.
Oh my god, I don't know if you would
Where
like
is it?
Gospel's like it's deep house though, and it's very like tribal vibes.
Okay, no. Tribal.
It's like culty. Like when you walk in, they say "Welcome home."
Oh yeah, hell no.
You
That's
seem
too
like you
much
like
for me.
culty shit, like solid core in that.
Maybe
I'm
I
like, I
do.
don't know. I can't name a third, but I feel like it's like your vibe.
Well, probably by the end we'll name a third.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like bars too. I just feel like I like loud music.
Okay.
But and bars are kind of quiet and it's like more like conversing with people.
That's
which
what
is,
I like.
Which is probably what I should like
Strive
get better
for.
at. Strive out. It's probably why
Well,
I'm single.
you go to bars. Like, we saw you at that bar that one day.
Yeah,
And
I
you're-
go to bars like sometimes during the day on Saturday, but I also don't like to day drink because I can't make it to the
You
club
can't
at night.
hang. Yeah, I can't. I'm bad. Well, actually, that's a lie.
No,
Jazz and I
we-
used to be pros.
We used to go out Thursday night, then Friday night, and then Saturday afternoon, and then we'd take a nap and go back out Saturday night, and then occasionally we'd also hit a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, we were like
Every week.
like 4 or 5
For
days
like
a week. Like,
That nap would have killed
like
me.
a
though.
year.
no, we would
No, you
literally
don't
force each
understand.
other up. Like, we
Like-
would nap in my bed and then be like, "Get the fuck up."
One of us would always have the motivation to be like, we might get dick.
Yeah.
And we would talk to the other person into like getting up and like being a wingman.
Did we ever get dick? Like,
No,
basically
never.
no.
Honestly, most since we've met, like we like never like were able to like get dick at the same time. Not like
No,
sorry.
not by the same person.
I
Not,
just mean like there was never a night we both met a man.
no, yeah,
I feel like that's rare.
yeah.
I've been like, especially in the winter, I've been going through like a major dry spell just because I don't know where the dick's at.
Yeah.
There is none.
There's no
It's
dick.
bad.
No, but
They're
the thing is,
they're hibernating.
we were walking the other day and I was like, there are a lot of men out here.
Yeah, I feel like hot men hang out at bars.
No. We on the streets. On the streets of New York
No,
City. They're everywhere.
Jazz and I are literally walking. We see like a group of Rangers fans that were like going to some bar, and there was like 4 of them. And I was like, I would have hit that. 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 Where the fuck were they when I was broken up with single inside? Not at the bars. Let me tell you that.
And there's been times where our standards have been really fucking low. Like we
No.
would have taken half of what those men were.
Yeah.
And they didn't even exist.
Yeah.
No, like I've done some serious charitable work, guys.
Okay.
In my day. it's just hard to find like I feel like all the top-notch guys, I don't know where they're at. Like they're inside.
Yeah.
They're not in the street. I don't know where they are.
I know.
It's tough.
It is tough. I know.
It's really sad.
What? How many dates would you say you go on like a month?
Like I haven't gone on a date in like a few months, but like I don't really date. I just kind of
Vibe.
go home with people.
Okay.
Me as fuck.
Do you like turn that into like dating people sometimes, or
I have dating so backwards. I feel like the guys that I've almost ended up dating started with like a hookup, a one night hookup.
I feel like that's pretty normal, and
Yeah.
I prefer it that way, like a more organic meet, and you like hook up, and then you're like, oh, let's see each other again. That's better to me than like.
Yeah, I feel like that's very normal in this day and age too.
Yeah.
It's
It
like
is.
reverse courting.
But also, I'm like, get it out of the way, because it's like, okay, we already hooked up now.
Is it weird to say that I almost feel like a date is like more intimate?
Oh.
Yes. No, it's not
It's
weird. to
not
say.
weird. It's-
I'm
yeah.
agreeing with you.
Yeah, because you just have to do so much like talking and getting to know each other, and sometimes like that's not what it's about for me. I don't always like go home with a guy wanting to like turn it into a relationship. Sometimes I'm just a little
Horny.
cross-eyed and want to get dick. I don't, like
Yeah.
it doesn't always have to be like dating, but I feel like one of my goals this summer is to try to go on more dates. I actually just got asked out on a date, and I'm gonna go on it and report back and see how that
When
is.
is the date?
It's not till like I get back next week.
Where did you meet the person?
Raya,
Okay.
which I hate Raya. Like it's the dumbest plot. Like it's the dumbest one. You'll
Yeah.
match with people in Stockholm and be like, okay, what do I do now?
That's good that it like turned into something, because I have never been on Raya. I can't get on it. Okay, so you're going on a date.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys doing? Just like drinks?
He just wants to get drinks.
Will you do dinner on a first date, or
No,
I won't either?
that's too much. It's like, what if he's just not the vibe and like you're stuck there like on the appetizer wanting to like off yourself?
No, that's how I feel, even though I have literally felt that way on a drink date and been like, oh, this person's not my vibe, I hate them. But I will stay for 5 hours every time. Like I've never gone on a first date and not had it be like 3+ hours, because I just can't get myself to be like, I need to leave. I was very sporadic. Like I was not consistently going on dates. I would go on like maybe 3 or 4 a year, like first dates. Maybe that might even be a stretch, just depending. But yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I've always had these like little flings that like I would have turned into something more, but they don't want to turn it into something more. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
on to the next.
No, that's a humbling feeling for sure, which
No.
I've experienced far too many times.
Far too many times. But I also get over things so quickly. Like I have too much ADHD to like be dwelling on guys that just, drop the bag.
Are you on birth control?
I got an ID immediately, and I said, give me the strongest, most powerful one you have in your little cabinet.
Like pop that shit right in.
Yeah, pop it right in. I
Yeah.
don't even care. That was painful, though.
Yeah.
Do you have an ID?
I have one.
I have one too. I had to go under for mine because I have a crooked cervix.
Period. No pun intended.
Found out the hard way.
Ow. You have a crooked cervix?
Yeah. All of a sudden.
Is it going to be hard for you to, like, make a baby?
I don't know. I never really thought about it.
This is the thing that's funny about that, is it wasn't crooked the first time she got 2 IUDs, and then the third time it just became crooked. It's like, whose dick fucked you up is my question.
Someone's dick shifted your
Yeah.
cervix.
Like,
There's-
was there a big one that just like
There's
really
some
hit
options
it?
for sure.
You were an athlete girly.
I had a phase, and it shows.
I'm dead.
How did you lose your virginity?
Actually, this is a funny story. I was 14.
Oh,
I was 14 or 15. I was like
pretty
one
young.
of the, I was very young.
Yeah.
And also I went to an all-girls Catholic school. My boyfriend was very religious, went to our brother all-boys Catholic school. And it was a Sunday. And
oh no!
On the Lord's Day.
No, and like he wouldn't have sex with me on Sundays. That was like his thing. But like I lost my virginity to him on a Sunday. In the basement of my parents' house while they were like literally home, like on the couch. And he was a habitual condom user. Also like had one of the biggest dicks I've ever seen in my life to this date.
Wow.
To this date.
Damn.
And yeah. He went in the bathroom because he didn't know how to put on the condom, was there like for like 30 minutes, couldn't figure out how to put the condom on. And yeah, that's how I lost my virginity.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you guys?
I was like 18 or 19. Like, I was old.
Yeah.
But I was also a loser.
I was 17. It was Valentine's Day.
Wait, that's so
No,
romantic.
no. It wasn't. It was a guy that I've liked for 6 years, and he broke up with his girlfriend like a week before, and he's like, "I guess we can hang out."
I guess.
It just happened to be Valentine's
He would
Day.
just like pull up. I did that last year. I went on a date on Valentine's Day, and it was our first date, and like we both didn't acknowledge the fact that it was Valentine's Day. I let him hit. Yeah.
You know, it's the
hot.
day of
He's
love. Why
British.
wouldn't you?
Yeah. It just felt right.
I desperately want a boob job. And she has one.
We have nice boobs.
I have very tiny. Like, I want them to be bigger.
Okay.
Like,
I know a girl.
A girl?
A girl.
That sounded like sexist that I said it.
Hallie, women can do things
I know.
too.
Girls can be doctors. I'm sorry.
Cut that. Yeah, no, I went to Dr. Neinstein's practice up Columbus Circle, or like by Park Ave, right across from the plaza. And this lady, Dr. Anna Steve, did mine, and it was the most easy experience ever. I went out the same night. So
Really?
easy. I woke up.
So, that's how I was.
I drank 7 espresso martinis after with my mother, who was supposed to be there taking care of me.
You're not supposed to drink after anesthesia.
No, but it felt so right. Anesthesia, you're like so loopy. It's so fun. I wish you could like buy that at CVS.
I said that too. I was like, this is 0 calories and it's like fun. Like, I don't know. I got, but not for a boob job, obviously. I got a colonoscopy. Kind of like a colonic, but little different.
A lot different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they like shove it up there.
Yeah, for far. But I was asleep, and then I woke up, and I also drank after the anesthesia, but I was like really sick the next day.
Yeah, I woke up and I was not only super sore, but I was hungover too, and I couldn't tell which pain was the worst.
Yeah.
But I would highly recommend. I would do it tenfold. Honestly, I wish I went bigger.
When did you do it?
I did it 1.5 years ago.
And how many cc's did you get?
I got 295 cc's high profile.
What did you get?
I have 240 cc's moderate.
I feel like that's a normal.
Yeah.
So I wish I did like 360.
What is the difference between high profile and
So high profile like extends more like from the side, like out, and
Okay.
moderate is more flat, but like it gives you more of like that cleavage here.
Oh, okay.
So like you'll have more of that like curve right here.
Do you have saline or silicone?
Silicone. I feel like it's rare people do saline now.
Yeah, some people do though.
Yeah.
And, I did mine like under the muscle, very small incisions, and they basically take like a like a frosting baster, and they just like
Yeah.
flop it in.
I was this close to getting one. I literally had it fully booked. I was going to go through the armpit, and I had the Botox for the armpit like already done, and then I canceled it like 3 weeks out, and I was like,
Why?
I got nervous. I don't know why I'm convinced that I would be like, I'm the person that would have like breast implant illness. I don't know. And so I'm just scared of like, also I don't know why I feel like I'm going to die getting anesthesia. Like I don't
No,
know.
it's so rare to get breast implant illness.
I know.
I was also like, I did my research, a lot of it, and that was obviously one of the things that would pop up, but that's like less than 1% people get that.
I know.
I feel like that's probably from like a janky doctor.
I know. I just feel like I should do it because when I get bloated, like my stomach sticks out to the same length as my boobs, and I literally look in the mirror and I'm like, I look horrible. I don't know. It's like a me thing, but I'm like, if I had bigger boobs, then I would be like, oh, like
No,
I don't know.
I love them, and they just sit up. They don't move. Mine like feel like natural. Like some people think they're natural, and I get offended.
I get offended.
Like, why go under for nothing?
I would want them to, I feel like, look natural. I don't know how big I would go. I'm like really heavily considering
I don't
it.
feel like you're ever gonna do it.
I don't know. I don't know.
would pay-
How are you with earrings? Like, does your body reject earrings ever?
Yeah.
Like,
All my earring holes like close up / like puss up sometimes. I mean, I don't know.
so that's how I looked at it. I was like, well, like my body doesn't like reject that, so it can't like maybe won't reject. Also, like, what's the worst thing that could happen? You can just take them out.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I'll go with you because I want to get bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My plastic surgeon like wants to do mine. Like, so I'm like,
Who would you go to?
he did my chin lipo. Dr. Rappaport, love him. He's a king. And he was who I was going to go to a year ago when I was going to do
And
it.
he's New York based.
Yeah, he's like on the Upper East Side. Yeah.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I want to get more work done. I like low-key love it.
Oh, I love a
I
needle
have
in my
nothing
face.
I love it.
I have nothing else to get done.
You've really checked all the boxes, haven't you?
I have.
Yeah.
She said the other day she was going to do cosmetic bonding on her teeth.
I am.
I know.
I might do that too.
I actually am. I have next Thursday.
Yeah, but you already have good teeth. It's just funny that you're just like something else.
Next Thursday.
Because I'm getting married and I want my teeth to look flawless in every picture.
Okay.
My front tooth is fake because in college my friend threw a bottle at it and the whole thing broke.
Okay.
Oh.
I chipped my tooth
So
on
it's
a
like
bottle.
they're uneven.
Oh.
Nice front tooth. So I was gonna get 4 cosmetic veneers.
Do they have to
Not-
shave your teeth down for that or no?
Like not as much as a normal veneer, but like a little bit.
Okay.
And I would get the front 4 teeth done. It's still like expensive AF.
Yeah.
Teeth are so expensive.
They
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
And I'm scared of that because like I've seen people's like pop off and stuff. So I'm just like, ugh, what do you do? And then you look like ridiculous with a little shaved down tooth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
But
I'm not getting mine shaved.
okay.
They're just adding on.
They're just
my tooth.
adding. What tooth are they adding?
I have a gap. I'll show you pictures.
Okay,
later.
yeah. You have a whole thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Last Thursday I went to the dentist and I'm already moving forward.
Yeah, you're like, I'm ready to move
I'm
forward.
quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw your TikTok the other day of somebody was asking if you were gay, and then you were like, no, but I have basically alluding to the fact that you've had a threesome.
Oh, yeah.
And then you were like, I can't tell this story on here. I'm not sure if it's too long or if it was too inappropriate or both.
I probably both. It was like definitely inappropriate and like accidental. It was like one of those things that like because I'm like down for whatever all the time. So it was just one of those things that like kind of I was propositioned to do, and I was like, okay, like I'm fucked up and like it'll be funny. It'll be a funny story to tell. This is like during COVID, so like I was like, this doesn't even count. I feel like nothing counts during
Nothing in
COVID.
those years.
Everyone's like doesn't know up from down during COVID. There was like I was at this like house party back in 2020. This is actually a vile story. And this couple, not this couple, like they were just these 2 people that were like hooking up all day, and like I wasn't even talking to them, but like we ended up just being the last 3 people there, and like we were in the living room of this party. Everyone had just left, but like the people that lived there had gone to bed, and we just like all had a threesome on the couch.
Like, how did that initiate? Were they just like, hey, you want to join us? Or
Well, I was like, it would be funny if like we both sucked his dick, and like she's like,
It sounds like you initiated.
I think I initiated it.
I don't know.
you're like, it
And
somehow happened.
And he was like, I think that would be really funny. Like he was like, that would be so funny. Like
You
we
know,
should do
that
that.
actually is a great idea.
And the girl was like so down, like way more down than I was. And I was like, it would be funny if like we both just sucked him off. But then it just escalated into like way more. And I was like, I don't want to be the person that like is a bitch and like pulled out. So I was just like, I'm dedicating to the bit.
You're committed.
And I'm committed to the bit, and like I'll try anything once. But yeah, that girl's engaged now.
Oh, that she's probably telling it her bachelorette or
No,
whatever. and like,
fully. She's like, that's why I'm okay with getting engaged because I've experienced things.
yeah.
Yeah, I would like to try anything. I'll try anything once. I think I've tried literally everything I could possibly think of at least once. Because why not? You never know what you're gonna like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how you find out.
that's how
Yeah.
you find out.
I'm not that adventurous, I feel.
No?
I should try a little more, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it's not for everyone. I just like why not? Like, what's
Yeah.
the worst thing that could happen? Actually, I don't even want to go down that avenue.
I'm just like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. That's my mindset.
Yeah, like in college, like I used to have like orgies all the time with my roommate.
Really? All the time?
Like all the time. Like
In your dorm room or like
yeah, like we shared a room, so like we'd always just like have guys
Okay.
over, and like we'd all just be in the same room. We weren't like sharing guys, but like
Yeah.
I was just very
Shared
comfortable.
space.
Shared space, like shared bed.
like you'd have sex next to her having sex
Yeah.
essentially. I've done
And we
that.
put on a cute playlist.
Yeah. I've done that but not
Curated
intentionally.
a vibe.
Yeah. I didn't like want it to be an orgy. I feel like it was just like I kind of would have no other option sometimes, like in a hotel room or whatever, where it would kind of end up happening. But it was separate.
yeah.
It was separate beds.
Separate beds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just pretended like I didn't know my friend was like fucking somebody next to me, even though I did. You know?
Yeah, if you have like a little like music player or a phone, just turn on some music. Try not to listen.
When
Yeah.
you're just like really drunk, you're not even understanding what's happening around you.
Yeah, I feel like that happens too.
Yeah, it was usually me being really drunk, so I couldn't have.
That's fun. I feel like that's adventurous.
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like that was just me doing anything for the dick. Like I wasn't like, ooh, this is fun. You know, I was just like, I need it, and like that's gonna happen next to me, and I gotta just roll with it.
You just gotta. Was she like also hooking up with someone, or was she just sleeping?
Yeah, and it was somebody that I had also already had sex with. Like it was like a
kinda
holy
love-
hopping situation.
I kind of love that for you.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
What age did you start drinking?
13.
That's a tad
What
young.
was your first drink?
Like, probably like a twisted tea. Like, I don't.
a tweed.
Like, I like lived summers on Nantucket growing up, and I was always the youngest in my grade. And so I remember like maybe I was 14. 13 does sound extremely young.
Yeah.
Maybe I was 14, but like we were just like LOL, like I'll have a beer. Like everyone was having beers like in someone's basement, and I thought it was like funny and like whatever. And then I remember that following year all my friends were turning 16, and I was like the youngest, always the youngest in my class. And I remember for one sweet 16, I took a bunch of clear alcohol liquids from my parents' alcohol cabinet and just like mixed them up so they couldn't tell. Like that's such a staple. That's like a canon event. And I drank the whole bottle and I got alcohol poisoning, and I was like, oh, so I didn't understand like alcohol can like hurt you.
Yeah.
So yeah, after that I kind of took a hiatus for a while, and then obviously I feel like 15, 16 I started picking it up again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you probably can't relate to this because I feel like you can take a shot so easily, no issue. And I can with orange juice. But I feel like when I would do that too, where I'd mix the alcohol, like, so my parents wouldn't notice, into a water bottle. And I would just straight up, like, go to a party with that water bottle and just be, like, sipping on it like it was a beer the whole night. And, like, not gag, not, like, anything. I can't even fathom doing that now.
No. What you can get away with when you're young and is
You'd wake up and you'd feel fine.
You feel fine.
Yeah.
Like
You feel
hangovers don't exist.
rejuvenated.
Like, do you remember freshman year of college? Like Malibu and Svedka, like the cotton candy. Like, were you ever drinking that shit?
Like Pink Whitney and stuff.
Oh my god, Pink Whitney. I can taste it. Just you saying those words. But now my body would like reject it completely, I think.
Anything like flavored, like alcohol is like, don't even bring it near me.
No.
Except you had 5 lychee martinis the other day.
Yeah, but that's like a drink.
But I knew that was going to make you sick.
No,
Instead, honestly,
I
I'll
told
be
you
so
that's
fair.
gonna give you a hangover.
I knew that as well, but it tasted good, so I didn't care.
Yeah, I just was like, okay, 1, then she orders 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. I was like, oh, the
I
5th.
knew it was bad when I chugged the one with the waitress came back and she
was like, did I
what happened to your
dream
drink?
this?
Yeah, she thought you like spilled it.
It's like,
No, when I saw that
Unfortunately.
itemized bill when you were doing the Venmo request, I was like, why is Jazz's like $400?
I got steak.
Okay, I was wondering. I was
I
like,
got
why is
steak
hers
And 5
twice?
lychee martinis at $18 a pop.
I had 5 drinks.
No,
With
I was like, I'm normally like, oh, let's just split it. I was like, I'm not splitting that with her. I didn't even.
I love how you have tattoos on the bottom of your feet.
I know.
They're everywhere.
You're a freak.
They're everywhere.
You're definitely freaky. That's crazy.
I was sober too.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe you fully.
Wanted to feel something.
Exactly.
I was just saying, I probably started drinking at like 15 and a half, 16. And I feel like that's pretty young, but 13, 14 is definitely. But I guess if you're around a lot of people that are older, I get it. Like,
Yeah, I was just trying to fit in, but like,
It wasn't your fault.
I'm trying to fit in.
I was trying to make friends, like try to be like the cool girl, but I was also one of the first people to like lose my virginity too. I mean, like we did go to like a religious all girls Catholic school. It's kind of like shunned to be getting dick down.
Yeah.
But like, you know, when you want the dick, you just want the dick. So I was like, I'll be the first to do it. I don't know.
I'll take one for the team.
I'll take
I volunteer.
I volunteer as tribute.
I got this, guys. It's not that bad. Yeah.
Were you like sharing like the story to everybody? Like, oh, like this is.
Everyone was just like, oh, and I was like, yeah, laugh about it, cry about it. I don't care. Like,
Did you feel like you had like the scarlet letter A on you?
like literally, like, you know, the movie Easy A.
Yeah,
I
that
did
was-
feel like for a while people were like, okay, this bitch is a whore.
She's a whore.
Because I lost my virginity within the same month as the first time I got like fingered. It was like everything happened so quickly. I just made out with boys until then.
She did everything the whole
I
same
literally
night.
did everything you could think of the first time I had sex. Like, I'm not kidding. I kissed like 2-3 people prior to that, like barely, and then I just went all in, like when I had sex for the first time.
Like
'Cause I
you
was
did
a
everything.
loser.
You were just doing handstands, cartwheels, backflips
Yes.
on that shit.
Legit everything. you can think
69. Yeah.
of. Yeah.
That's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
Who's this guy? Where is he now?
I don't fucking know. Weird. He's Canadian also.
Oh.
What do you got against Canadians?
Nothing. No, I just don't like him. Like, I remember I was like I hooked up with him at Alabama, and then the next day they were like, oh, like there's a pool party, like he's gonna be there, like you want to go? And I literally was like, I'm sick, because I like didn't want to go see him, and then I just like laid inside all day because I was like weirded out. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I waited until like I was like 17, 18 to lose my virginity. Also, the guy I was dating was like a little bit older. Not like a legal older, but like almost.
Borderline.
It was like borderline. Maybe there was a sketchy month here and there.
Like, don't pull out the birth certificates. It might not line
Yeah.
up, right?
Don't pull out the timelines and the dates. He won't claim me, but yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like we need to wrap up soon because we're going to dinner, but can you end it with telling us your worst hookup story, or one of them?
There's so many. There was this guy hooked up with in Nantucket that had this like weird fetish. I've actually told the story online. And he would like had like a little like he was talking to me in like baby voices and like petting me and like was like, you're my little princess.
Oh, hell no.
Like in that voice. And like you're my little girl, like my little princess. And it was like first time we hooked up, and I was like, I'm not your little fucking shit. I was about to knock him out, and I sent him on his way.
Oh my god.
That was probably one of the worst, but I've had a couple sketchy ones where like I wake up and I'm genuinely like, I don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
Like there was the hairy man. I met him at like Fiddlesticks or something a couple years ago, and I woke up and he was like the hairiest man I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
I don't like hairy men.
I don't either.
I don't like that.
I'm not body shaming, but like
I'm selective.
I'm selective about the hair.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm like not a hairy person at all.
That's happened to me once too, actually. I wait, you met him at Fiddlesticks?
Yeah.
I did too.
Maybe it was the same guy.
I'm not kidding. He was so hairy, and I woke up the next morning, and I like didn't realize that when I was having sex with him because it was dark, and I was really drunk, and then I woke up and I was like, oh my god, what was his name?
I felt like, I don't even know. I felt like I was in a field of grass or hay when I woke up the next morning.
Yeah, I was like cuddling him, and I was like, oh
It's
my
like,
god.
get this fucking shit away from me.
Yeah.
His name was, he's just in my list as hairy man. I want to say his name was Mike.
Fiddlesticks. I'm surprised you would even go to Fiddlesticks.
I like randomly like a little grungy night where like I'll go to a bar like that,
It like,
even though,
sucks now.
well, because we're getting like older.
I don't even think so.
No,
it just
it's
is
because
bad.
I'm not even
We
to tutor
ruined
on
it?
horns. We ruined that bar.
Why?
Jazz and I
We
would
talked
make
about it
it
on
our
the podcast.
personality.
On a podcast, TikTok, it's every single week.
We're like, we're going to Fiddlesticks like it was a joke, and I swear it got ruined.
Like to this day, people will come from out of state and like DMs like, we're in Fiddlesticks. Like, see you tonight. I'm like, we have not been there in over a year.
yeah.
Dude, that's the things with bars. Like, I feel like the times I've gone out with you guys, like people are just constantly coming up to you guys, which is
does-
fun.
yeah.
But like,
We meet a lot of people.
yeah,
We meet
But
a lot of
it's because we
people.
always talk about like places we go though, like on the podcast.
And it's just our
Yeah.
demographic. I feel like it's your demographic.
yeah,
too,
and
though. It's
I
like-
love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's easier at a bar though, obviously, to be able to come up to somebody, one, because people are usually intoxicated, so they have like a little bit of liquid courage where they might not come up to you on the street, and it's obviously like you're free to walk around. Whereas I feel at a club, if you're at like a table, it's a little bit more weird to walk up to somebody's table and be like, hey, like, and talk to them. I don't know.
No, that's true. That's yeah.
Well, last Wednesday was pretty crazy, so can't wait to see what we get into tonight.
I
Don't we
know.
all have to go on trips tomorrow?
I have to be picked up at 5:30 a.m.
A.M.?
Like, a.m. And I can't miss it.
Yeah.
And I haven't packed yet.
No, tomorrow your debrief's like, I missed my flight.
No, I feel like you would make it. You like stay up. You'll like be awake and like stay up the whole night and get on. I've seen your TikTok vlogs. I'm like,
I'll
damn.
pull through. I'm gonna try to be on like better behavior tonight. I'll stick to just 2 dirty martinis, not 3.
Okay, love that too.
Maybe no limo this time either.
No limo.
No limo.
No promises. If it comes to me, I can't say no.
What time is your
That's
flight
what I say
tomorrow?
about men.
6:30 p.m.
Oh, okay.
All fucking day.
She's got all day to be hungover.
You're fine. Yeah.
I have a lot to do tomorrow, though, so I really am going to take it easy.
Yeah.
I haven't even edited this week's episode
Yeah.
yet.
I'm not going out, but I'm so excited for
Neither
dinner.
am I.
Okay.
I'm-
Well.
I'm not.
Okay.
I have nowhere to go.
last week, when we went out, she's like, I don't really have anything to do tomorrow, so she just tried to get hungover, and she successfully did it.
I love to hang with the girlies.
No,
okay?
she did, but like,
You're
you fully, I was sober. You had like,
I just wanted to keep hanging out.
I absolutely love
I get that
It's
vibe.
just-
Like, I'm
I love
sorry I
that.
love my friends. I'm sorry I cherish my time with my girls. I'm sorry that I just like want to have a BFF time.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I'll drink with you tonight.
Okay.
In Hallie's honor.
Yeah.
I'll be the Hallie that drinks.
Yeah.
I'll be drunk Hallie. Sober Hallie.
So, I have a new co-host. Just
Hi,
kidding.
guys.
I'm like, she's white, blonde, same name. Like, what difference?
The
is
intro
there?
would stay the same, yeah.
No, exactly.
No, I'm kidding. Well, thanks for hanging. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Tell where they can find me.
Yeah.
Like the bar? Like the club?
No, like your social handles.
You do that?
Like your
Like Instagram, TikTok?
Yeah.
Like my at Hallie Batchelder?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. I should have said
Have they
that.
never asked you that at the end of a podcast?
Sorry,
I
I'm
feel like
new
that's-
here. Yeah, no, they haven't.
Okay. Oh,
I'm
damn.
so new here.
They don't want to give you your credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. True.
Well, we do.
I appreciate it.
It matters.
We said spread the clout, like, yeah.
No, literally.
No, I appreciate that. Period.
We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening, watching, whatever you do, and that's it.
Bye.
Bye.